Once upon a time there was a man named Peter. There was a boy. He lived with his grandfather near a green lawn. There were all kinds of dangers in the nearby forest. One day the grandfather warned Peter. "Peter, don't you ever go into that meadow yourself. A hungry wolf will come out of the forest. It will eat you." Peter was not afraid. One day after breakfast, Peter opened the garden gate and came to the lawn. A baby bird was sitting on a tree. "Hello, Peter. What are you doing here alone?" The baby bird chirped and asked Peter. Peter said, "What a beautiful morning. I'm going for a walk." Just then a duck came walking there. She also entered the open gate, thinking that she would swim in the nearby pool. Followed Peter. As soon as the baby bird saw the duck, it flew to the grass. The little bird arrogantly asked the duck, "Why are you walking like this? Shouldn't you be flying like me? Who wants to fly for that?" "I can swim," said the duck. Then flapping her wings she jumped into the pool. Then she said to the little bird, "Come here, beautiful water." The little bird chirped and said, "Are you joking? I can't swim." Then the duck laughed jokingly and asked, "Do you mean you can't swim?" The baby bird felt pain and came down in a rage. The duck swam and swam around. Peter was standing in the long grass watching the two birds' arguments. Suddenly Peter saw the long grass move. A large tabby cat sneaks up on the baby bird. The cat said to himself, "That bird is so busy arguing that he will never see me." Then he moved towards the bird with his 10 feet. "Pay attention," Peter warned. Suddenly the bird flew up the tree. From the middle of the pond, the duck made an angry sound. The cat backed away in frustration. He sat on the grass. Then Mukamurasi. "If only I had been careful," he thought. "I'll get that bird next time." By that time the grandfather came outside the house. He saw Peter standing on the lawn and became angry. "What would you do if a wolf came out of the woods?" Grandpa asked. Peter didn't answer. He felt bad for defying his grandfather, but he did not understand what was wrong with it. Grandfather walked behind Peter. Then the gate was locked. As soon as Peter left the lawn, a hungry wolf came out of the forest. With lightning speed the bird flew to the top of the tree. The cat climbed up the tree. The duck got scared and jumped out of the pond. The wolf saw the duck and ran after her. She ran as fast as she could, but the wolf ran faster. She was quickly caught. A single swallow took her in. The cat and the baby bird were together on the topmost branch of the tree. The wolf walked around the tree eagerly looking at them. Peter, who was watching this from behind the gate, felt a good sense. He understood how to save the cat and the bird. First Peter found a long rope. Then he climbed the garden wall. After he was safely on top, he tied a knot in the rope. Peter called the bird and said, "Fly down and fly around the wolf's head. But don't you ever give up." Hearing this, the baby bird flew around the wolf without touching her wings. Tired but angry, the wolf looked to catch the bird. Peter quickly made a knot in the rope. He carefully lowered the rope and caught hold of the wolf's tail. Then he pulled the rope with all his might. The wolf jumped with force to escape from it. But the wise Peter tied the other end of the rope to the tree. The rope was getting tighter as the wolf jumped. The wolf could not escape. Just then, some hunters were coming from the forest following the wolf's footprints. They raised their guns and started firing. "Don't shoot," Peter exclaimed. "The bird and I also caught the wolf. We will give him to the zoo." The hunters looked at Peter sitting on the wall and the wolf at the end of his rope. They were amazed. That evening, Peter made a triumphal procession to the zoo. The hunters followed Peter and the wolf. He took it. Grandfather followed behind it with the cat and the baby bird flying. Like a crying duck inside a wolf, Peter said, "Don't worry, I'm sure the zookeepers will get you out." And they did it. Lesson: if you act intelligently, you can escape from any danger.